Flyweight bout here. Liang Na coming in at plus 405 against JJ Aldrich coming in at minus 580. The fight we all asked for. Over under 2.5 rounds, plus 120 for the over, minus 150 for the under. Liang Na coming in at 3-2 in her last 5. Same with JJ Aldrich. But a little bit different 3-2 for both of these chicks. 0-2 in the UFC for Liang Na. She got taken out by Ariana Carnelossi in her debut and then brutally knocked out last year against Silvana Gomez Juarez. That was in Singapore as well. So, this is going to be her first fight back since then in the same spot. JJ Aldrich, 3-2 in her last 5. Her last fight out was disappointing. She's on a 2-fight losing streak. Disappointing fight for her. It was a loss to Ariane Lipski. She came in as a big favorite, minus 360. Clearly lost the decision. Before that was a loss to Erin Blanchfield. She's sitting at pretty heavy chalk here. So, a bold play, would you say, to take JJ Aldrich at that chalk? Or are you confident in her?
Yeah, no, I don't think you could lay that chalk at all, because in her last fight, she lost a huge upset. She was a big favorite in there, parlay buster to no end, and just showed no urgency at all. It's almost like she was timid and didn't, want to engage in any situations. But you strip that last fight away and her loss before that. She can wrestle. She's a decent striker that's getting better. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it was when she first got started. And she needs a bounce back here really bad. So she's got to have in her head that she has to be aggressive here and has to be the aggressor in a different game plan than we've seen lately, because it's just not going to get it done against anybody fighting like the way she did in her last one. She is a decision machine. She is JJ, remember the decision, Aldrich of the women's division. She does not finish girls. She'll wrestle them. She'll get some control. She'll land some ground and pound, but does not finish girls. If you watch Yan, she comes forward and is super aggressive in some fights. She burns hot right from the beginning. She'll almost try to overwhelm and overpower girls. She'll get some takedowns, but it's not you can tell she doesn't have that pure wrestling background. She's more like dragging girls down. And a lot of her wins do come by submission when she gets the fight there, which against JJ Aldrich, who is a decent wrestler, I think it's going to be tougher for her to do here. And if it stays on the feet, JJ's no, boxing superstar by any means, but Jan's striking is not high level at all. So I think JJ Aldrich, probably cruises to another decision if she keeps it on the feet here. The only danger that JJ could put herself in is being under Yan, because, like I said, regardless of who, Nas, I don't know why I keep calling her Yan, but regardless of who Nas fought before the UFC, she does get a lot of finishes. And I do like that aspect of her game. I just don't know if she does it at this level, because she's lost brutally in her first 2 in the UFC. I do think JJ wins, not touching this fight whatsoever. This is the definition of greasy women's MMA fight. So I'll be staying away. But JJ Aldrich, I'll take for the pick.
Yeah, it's pretty wild because JJ Aldrich is the big favorite. Like you said, gets most of her wins by decision. She's only got 2 wins by finish. And if you look at Liang Na, she's only been to 1 decision her entire career. So something like clash of style. So I don't know, maybe Liang Na is going to come out here and make JJ Aldrich uncomfortable. Probably what she'll look to do. That's based off of what she has done. Just go out there and run at you and look for some takedowns or something. But anytime she's got up against UFC caliber opponent, she's got absolutely smoked. Her wins on the regional scene are complete cans. The losses on the regional scene are to Yan Quihi Yan, who was on the Contender Series. Maria Agapova was in the UFC. Juliana Vasquez in Bellator. Anytime she's fought somebody that's actually decent, she's lost for most of her career. Honestly, I wouldn't hate a play on her just as this dog, because JJ Aldrich, she can't really put you out.
Right, so, exactly. That's the thing.
The longer she's in there, the more likely she is to possibly find a finish. But either way, it's a women's MMA. I would not touch JJ Aldrich at this. But I don't know, maybe play the under, because Liang Na is literally kill or be killed type fighter. It's crazy to see the under 2.5 at chalk in a JJ Aldrich fight, but that's just how Liang Na fights. So I'd look at that maybe. For the pick, I got to go JJ, but like I said, I wouldn't mind a play on Liang Na in this spot.
Yeah, now that you say it too, like you look at JJ, you look at Na just getting starched by these higher level girls, but JJ does not have like that ability or hasn't showed that ability. And like I said, the urgency isn't really there for JJ. But the thing that just shocks you when you look at Na's record is she has 18 first round finishes, I believe, or at least fights that have finished in the first round. She's been to a couple second rounds. And then outside of that, I think she's been to one decision in her whole entire career that she lost. And you look at her record, she does have a lot of fights. And to go out there and not really get past the second round, win or lose, and damn near every single one of them, like you can tell she's at least got some aggressiveness or some power in the submission games there. So it does make you think, like if she comes out there and just puts it on JJ and just shocks everybody and gets a quick finish, like it wouldn't be out of this world.
Yeah, and I'm glad you touched on that because if you like JJ, you might want to just take her after the first round. You might get a better price on her because Liang Na comes out so hot.